something stubborn, very wrong people like to do is to take pride in whatever sort of concept they're basing their incorrectness on. It's a defense mechanism that protects both the person from having to confront the truth slash the fact that they are wrong, and it's saving them from feeling embarrassment in the face of any confrontation, because they can kind of sit there and say, well, no, I'm not wrong, and when bombarded with the most undeniable proof, still say, no, I'm not wrong, and when asked why so determined upon not being wrong, they can stand by their concept, they can stand by whatever it is with pride, and pride is incredibly indeterrable. It's something that once it's there, it's hard to diminish. Yes, you can bring pride down steps to sort of a level of ashamed, but very often that's a concealed thing, that's the person's personal thing, and it won't show, to your face, which, yes, technically is a success in itself, but if someone is lying purposefully or incorrect and forcing that upon you, no matter how they personally feel about being confronted, if they're still doing it, that's not a fix for you. This is a huge problem in politics, in, social sort of society, where people stand by sort of bigoted, racist ideologies with a pride in a certain thing. People back the fact that they can't be racist. It's heritage to want a certain, set of very Confederate-like circumstance, but it's not racism because it's their heritage. Oh, we are allowed through pride to create this inequality against black people because our area was ours first. It's proud nationalism. It's being proud of being religious yet advocating the death of all homosexuals, advocating imprisonment for anyone who has an abortion, or wanting prison sentences for adulterers, and so on and so on and so on. It's standing by with this hubris, which is a hubris yet not of inflated sense of self of yourself. It's a sort of hubris in like a vicarious hubris where you are, really, really standing for something, acting as a sort of through point for that cancer corrupting sort of damaging ideology or mindset or belief, whatever it may be, to slip into society through you. You are turning communities hostile by standing firmly by an incorrect negative ideology. If you want to be corrected, and you are corrected, people who can be corrected are still, of consequence to communities they're in, because someone may come about spewing some shit about some certain thing or some certain person, and people believe them, but then a little bit later come out and apologise and say that wasn't true, I made it up. And yes, they've reverted the original issue, but of the people who've heard it, will every person go back on their decision? Will every sort of it's like with a rumour. If a rumour is untrue but it's spread enough, it almost becomes true to the fourth or fifth line of people to hear it. It's we go back and forth and we fight with this fallacy that slowly and slowly and slowly, as it grows, mimics truth so closely we can't defend it. And it all comes from one individual, one organisation, one group, whatever, standing with a belief by something else with an indeterminable pride, with a non-negotiable agreement that they will stand by this through everything. Their narrow-mindedness will be their ultimate weapon, even though it seems like it should be what is of consequence to them. It of course is easy to prove them wrong when they're like this. It's easy to condemn them and so on and so on and so on, but it's not easy to shut them up. It's not easy to get them to see truth and to get them to start talking truthfully, which is the same thing. No, not really the same thing actually, because you can see truth and not spread it yourself. And what's the real important thing to do here is to be able to recognize these people who are purposefully, if not unintentionally, yet willingly spreading misinformation and rejecting any obstination to them through pride. You have to recognize those people, and if you can't get them to shut up, you have to know who they are and not take anything they say for truth, because it clearly can't be. If they are that way, they are not a credible source. They kill their own reliability of information, basically. You just need to stay safe out there, I guess, in every sense of the word.